This is a quick video update. Starting after the whole saga of the portholes, we decided that the next main project was going to be tackling the deck leaks. But the projects on this boat are kind of multi-step processes. We plan and we make lists of things to buy for different projects all at the same time. And the truth of the matter is that we're not just working on portholes or not on deck at a given week. We're just doing 5, 6, 7 different projects. So to reflect that, we decided to do these updates.
We are gonna do a less edited videos every other week to show you guys what's going on during the week.
What's really going on?
What's really going on. We decided to restore our old steel water tanks. We opened bigger holes to be able to clean them better. Then we made some backing plates and we also made the threads. After that, we had to make holes on the tank to be able to put those backing plates in the holes with Sikaflex. We used some polycarbonate and rubber to make a new and transparent lids.
We redid the base of the tiller. That involved taking out all of the metal pieces that were the base of the tiller, and then looking at the core and seeing that the core wasn't good, and then clearing that out, making a bunch of holes around it, filling that with epoxy, scraping the rudder so that we could actually move the thing around and test it, which ended up being like some real oysters down in there, like huge.
Yeah.
Then reinforcing the shaft tube that was supporting the tiller with fiberglass because that thing was just not connected to the deck at all. And making a base out of starboard. Is that starboard the base?
I did starboard, starboard.
Yeah. So we took out the base of wood and Anna made a base out of starboard, sanding and preparing everything and Sikaflexing that base back on, then waiting for the Sikaflex to dry, and then realizing that I didn't grind the little key enough, and then taking out all of the bolts and Sikaflexing everything back in.
That was fun.
Chio recommend to do a ladder with the old wood we took out of the boat, which I think it was amazing. So I made the ladder.
Yes, Anna built a ladder for the companionway. That was really cool.
Here, where was our other instruments, tried to take as much as quarter as I could, and then what I did is filled in the epoxy so I could isolate the wood from getting water in the future. No more water in our core, no more water. I did this transparent acrylic base for them, so when I'm gonna put it here, what I'm gonna do is I draw all these holes and we're gonna measure our new instruments and make the holes where we are gonna put our future instrument, and then you can paint the acrylic white or even another color.
It looks beautiful. We took out the old windlass and we, of course, same thing, cleared out the core out of the area, reinforced it with epoxy. Epoxy has been our best friend. And,
at least mine.
Right. And then with a lot of difficulty, we opened the old windlass and we disassembled all of it to test it to see if we could still use that manual windlass or if we would have to buy a new one. But it worked, so we built a starboard base for it. Anna built a starboard base for it. The manufacturer recommended some plastic bushings for the bolts, but we didn't have those. So we decided to make our own bushings. Basically, we just poured epoxy into each one of the old holes. Then we drilled on these little epoxy plugs, and those became our bushings, and opened them up as much as we could. We got backing plates made, and we drilled holes on those backing plates. Had to do a whole bunch of grinding and filing to make sure that the bolts were gonna go through the windlass and the starboard base and the deck and the backing plate. And then on the last day found out that the boats were too small, so I had to do an emergency run to West Marine and buy bolts at $4 a piece. Thank God I had a gift card. And then finally we installed the windlass with Sikaflex, a lot of Sikaflex back on the deck.
Yeah, there.
That's called a grease nipple. We're almost done with this anchor project. We just need an anchor.